Disrupt Education. We're back. Reed Barron with us.
How's
Thanks
it going?
for being here, man.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
Great to be here with you, man. I love your journey. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Reed Barron. I graduated from OPRF in 2014, so a little while ago. But I think compared to other people that I've seen on the show, I've taken the route that many of them haven't taken, which is like that traditional education route right away. So I graduated high school and I had entrepreneurial thoughts, business thoughts, but I thought that college was the right place for me to start right there and then. So I enrolled in Iowa State University, which was a great decision for me. And I came to Iowa State and it was just a whirlwind of thoughts and like, holy crap, like I'm in college, what am I gonna do now? So I switched my major about 4 times, I think. So I went into business initially because of the work that I did with Peter Hostrasser, because he really just got me involved in that and I really loved that. But when I got to college, it wasn't at all like what we were doing here. And so it was a lot of math and a lot of boring stuff compared to like actually like action like that we were like doing here. And so that kind of upset me a little bit and I was like, man, I need something that really like gets me going a little more, something a little more creative.
Right?
Yeah. So from there I went to advertising. And I still thought that, all right, I'm going to have this business route going, but I'm going to get to be a little more creative in advertising. And so I really wanted to be the creative person, the one putting together all the ads and like all that stuff. I saw a show on TV, I thought it was cool. Screw it, I have a semester to lose, let's go into advertising. So went into advertising and it was cool and it was better than business, but there was still something missing. It was like, I still can't see myself doing this for the rest of my life or next even. So I'm thinking, I'm like, man, like, what am I gonna do? I'm about to be a junior in college and I still have no idea what path I'm gonna take or what major I'm gonna choose. And like, it was kind of scary because everyone around me is deciding what they want to do. They have this set path. They're planning out what they're gonna do when they're 30 years old and where they're gonna be at. And I'm here and I don't even know what I want to do next semester. So that's a little scary. And so I was talking to my parents and my parents actually brought up, they're like, Reed, you've always been into fashion. Like, why don't you explore that? At least go talk to an advisor, see what they say, and you know, it can't hurt. So I went and talked to an advisor in the apparel program at Iowa State. And I actually ended up getting really excited about it. I've always had a passion for clothing, so that kind of led me into the path I'm in right now. So now, 2 years later, I am somehow graduating on time. But I'll be I'll be graduating in the spring with a degree in apparel merchandising, which is essentially the business side of fashion. So compared to like the designers who are like sewing everything together, merchandisers are kind of deciding what's going to be in the stores or displays or styling people. So there's still that creative process, but it does fall into a little more, I guess, that businessy kind of deal. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I've been fortunate to like get involved in a lot of clubs too. A fraternity, which has been great and has really helped me grow out of my shell a little bit. And then also Trend Magazine, which is something that I got involved in recently. So I got involved in that the spring semester of my junior year. So that was a year ago from today. As a committee member, started at the bottom, and I really wanted to grow the fashion presence at Iowa State on the men's side. And you see that even in the magazine, men's fashion isn't really highlighted, and I think like it's just like unknown to a lot of people in Iowa, so I kind of wanted to show everyone what was going on. So I joined the men's fashion committee for Trend for Men, and I had a great mentor in that director, and really got us involved, and I loved it. And the next semester, I was like, I want to take on more leadership. So I applied to be on the executive board. They ended up creating a new position for me called Trend for Men Accessories Director. So it was the Trend for Men side, but more accessories related. And we were able to put together a shoot that wasn't like any other accessory shoot that Trend or really any other fashion magazine has ever seen. So that was really awesome. And then this semester coming up, I wanted to get even more opportunity within the magazine. So I applied to be the editor-in-chief. And so I will be one of 3 editor-in-chiefs this coming spring. I will be the first male in 15 years to be in that position.
That's fantastic.
So really trying to push that a little bit and show that it's not only women in this major that are really making strides and moves within the major and the world. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. So I'm basically going to be putting together the entire magazine and have full control over all that, managing 21 1 committees, really just putting $25,000 budget, like
Right.
a lot of stuff. So
So
big stuff.
back, kind of in that, like that's amazing, and
Yeah.
congratulations. I'm looking at, I've seen your path, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you are here, and bouncing around. Do you think that path of almost organized chaos, if that's a good term for it, how did that help you get to where you are, and you're still seeking more? It's almost like you thrive in that.
Yeah. So
Because you have a great journey.
yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
I like to think, yeah, it is crazy. I think that not knowing exactly what I wanted to do helped me a lot because it allowed me to explore. So that organized chaos for some people was me really exploring and me really trying to like figure out what my passion was. You know, because I've seen it all around me that people with that passion with what they do are the ones that succeed, not the ones who necessarily are out there chasing the money. So I was out there chasing my passion and I really didn't know what that was. So I really wanted to hone in on that and really try. I was essentially kind of just trying a bunch of interests and seeing which one fit best, and fashion was that for me. So yeah, I think it did help because it gave me the opportunity to see a lot of different areas.
Right. So
Yeah.
when you jumped into college, going into the next step, let's rewind all the way back in, because you were a stellar student, especially in business in high school, and you did some pretty cool things for companies like Coca-Cola and those types of things. What was it that actually was the thing that really connected with business in college to the next step, or giving you some of those skills that in college that maybe some of your other peers at Iowa State that you saw they didn't have, or they were still seeking?
Yeah, I think that I think it was a lot of personable skills. So you gave me the opportunity, and really like anyone who comes into your classroom has that opportunity if they take advantage of it.
Thanks.
To really like interact with people, interact with businesses, interact with companies. There's a lot of kids going in that don't see that before going into college. So that gives you a huge competitive advantage, because what you will see, and you've seen it, and then people out who have graduated and have seen this, is that it's really the personable side of things that really gets you to that next step. It's making connections, it's networking. You started to really get me into the realm of networking and show me how that worked, and really started my networking process. So there was that. But I really think outside of that, it was these big projects, and that's what you're going to see a lot, especially if you're a business student in college. You're going to see a lot of big projects. You're going to see a lot of case studies, because now you're starting to get into the world of you're going to be working on what you're actually going to be doing in that company situation, and that's projects. It's not a 10-point assignment,
Right.
you know, so I think it got me used to that. And the biggest thing that it did for me was just this idea of I want to do something that gets me excited. Because every day when I came into your classroom, every day when I came into this class, I was just really excited. I genuinely enjoyed this.
There was an authentic piece to it, and we had that conversation. So if you had to go back, like if you were like Reed, you're going to redesign high school, or the system in general, especially like maybe grades 9 through 12. What would that look like? How would you change one or several things?
Yeah, so it's incredible for me to see how much this program, not this school, this program, has come since I've graduated. And I think students don't realize how great of an opportunity they have by stepping foot into this classroom. And so I wish that if I were telling Reed to like do something different or just redesigning, I would tell kids to get into this classroom. I would tell kids to take advantage of this, take advantage of you, take advantage of these opportunities. This is the stuff that they're going to take away. This is the stuff that they're going to carry on in life. It's not going to be your history class. I don't remember who I had for history teacher my sophomore year of high school, and I probably don't want to either. So I think that's one big thing. I think number 2 for this school is that I wish that this school and like upper administration would highlight this a little more and really be proud of this, because this is something that no other high school that I've seen has ever done. This is groundbreaking. We're talking about disrupting education. We are seeing it right now. I'm seeing it right now, and every student that's in this classroom right now is seeing it and is a part of it. And they just need to realize that. And so it's really just taking advantage of this and really just being proud of it and highlighting that and really building around this instead of going to other schools and trying to see what they're doing and really working on this because we're doing something right here.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's something that I would change.
Wow, thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? You're jumping into kind of your own brand and trying to play around with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Just wanted to shift gears kind of into that. It's called Artless.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that quick journey because that's something that you've been building for a while.
Yeah. So I've always been interested in clothing, like I said before, and I've always had this idea of starting my own brand. I thought it's really cool, and I draw a lot of inspiration from people in the streetwear industry who have started their own brand. So I kind of wanted to get into that a little bit. So throughout my journey, I've always had, I would say, a struggle of staying true to who I am and accepting that and really owning that instead of trying to change, kind of like what OPRF is doing. They need to take advantage of this instead of trying to change like the other schools. But so Artless is really all about being like staying true to yourself and really just natural and really accepting that and loving that instead of trying to be someone else. So I really just wanted to share that image with everyone and like own that, and so that's kind of my way of doing it. So I went ahead and like made a couple pieces, but right now it's kind of just for me to wear, I'd say, and really to wear that around and kind of like that own personal message for me. And then we will see what happens in the future. Maybe it'll blow up, maybe it won't, but right now it's kind of just my own individual project and me kind of making clothing for myself.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to like seeing that journey, man. I mean, I think that's great because I think you need to build stuff for you. And if it doesn't work for you, how are you going to sell it to somebody else, right? That's great, man. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Guys, thank you for being with us. Till next time on Disrupt Education.